Good morning, guys. Let's do a quick video. There's a lot of false information going out there about the Netrodyne cameras that Swift has decided to install and put in their trucks. I guess it was 6-8 months ago or so. I don't know the exact timeline. It was a little bit before my time period of coming back. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. We'll get into the cameras here in just a second, but just to give you guys an update too, I did go into the dedicated Mopar account, which is basically Chrysler FCA, which FCA is now Stellantis, I guess, but everything that we do still says FCA or Mopar on it, but it's actually Stellantis. That's who owns Mopar and, you know, all the products, and I'm 99.9% sure they're all owned by the same people. But anyway, I went into that dedicated account. So far, so good. There's not really a lot to report, but I will get back with you guys and let you know. Again, like in the live last night, not trashing the Kohl's account or anything, but the problem is that I wasn't getting the miles that I needed to get. When we first talked about it, and I talked to the person that ran that account, you know, it was 2,500-ish miles a week or so. I think I ended up with about 1,200 last week just on that account. And to their positive though, I left a couple of days early, but I ended up sitting like 4 days with 2 34-hour resets in that time period. And to me, that's just it's not going to work. I wonder if I can move the steering wheel, if it'll give me more of a... These are things I should have... Nah, not really. There we go. These are things I should have looked at before I started the video, but I wanted to get this out here. Doing pretty good. I'm always making money. My guys that are here, every single one of them are making money. And before we get into this camera, or actually after we get into the camera, I'm going to go over the insurance, and this is the truck insurance, not the health insurance, that a lot of the Swift guys has turned over to, and I'm trying to get all of my guys into this insurance. Because we have had a couple contracts terminated because of the camera situation, and I'll get into that in a second. So the news is with these Netrodyne cameras, they're not driver-facing cameras. I don't know where that started coming out, but anyways, I can't say never, but I don't believe that will ever happen to where Swift will ever have driver-facing cameras because of the lawsuit that they have, you know, 8 to 10 years ago. And I believe this actually happened before the Knight-Swift merger. And honestly, it might have had something to do with the reason that the merger took place is because of the lawsuit. It was a pretty hefty lawsuit. I mean, you can look it up. It's online. It was a privacy issue. I think it was in regards to some females maybe that were teaming. I don't know the whole situation, and I don't want to get over the whole situation, but what I want to tell you is that I don't believe that Swift will ever have driver-facing cameras. I'll put the link to the actual Swift video where they were talking about the Netrodyne cameras, and they specifically said it'll never happen, and if you feel more comfortable, you can put a piece of tape on the camera. And just to show you, I'm still in a lease truck, or loan truck, or whatever, loaner, and I actually have a piece of tape over the camera just because, you know, I don't like Big Brother watching any more than you do. I don't think it's necessary, especially for a driver that's been driving, you know, 20 years like I have. I don't have anything against my record, and I just don't think it's necessary. So when they came out with these cameras, they came up with insurance options. They stated that if you get your own truck insurance, you don't have to have the camera. You can go to the terminal and have the camera pulled out. It'll cost you probably $100 to have it pulled out, but you know what? That's $100 that's worth spending to get the camera out of here. So what's going on with the cameras is, man, my hair is a mess. But anyway, what's going on with the cameras? A lot of guys are getting their contracts terminated because of following too close. I had another guy call me the other day, had to go watch some videos because he did a U-turn. And, you know, these are drivers, and one of my drivers got his contract terminated because, you know, because of the camera, you know, him following too close. Every time I would talk to him, you know, I would hear the sensors going off in his truck. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like, dude, you need to back off a little bit. And that's the thing. You need to back off when the beepers start making noises, and especially when the red light comes on the camera. The whole time that I've been in this loaner truck, I've had that red light come on one time where a car had just basically stopped in the middle of the road and it set, every single brake in this truck on. But it really wasn't my fault. But again, I never got a phone call about it because I'm sure they watched the video and saw it that, it was just something where a driver abruptly decided to make a turn and make a stop, basically. You're not going to win in all those cases, but that case, I guess I did win because I didn't get any phone calls on it. But since I'm in a loaner truck, I have to have the camera with that. I still have my SeBrite insurance. That's never going to change. I'm going to keep SeBrite insurance. But unfortunately, since I'm in one of Swift's, company trucks, I have to have that. And unfortunately, I got to watch what I'm doing. Now, granted, this truck will only go 65 miles an hour, which honestly, I don't really drive that fast anyways, but it's always nice to have a little bit more pedal if you need it. But it's just something that I don't need, and I've never really took advantage of driving that fast unless, other circumstances where the load had to be delivered quicker. But anyway, that's besides the point. I wanted to go over the camera because there seem to be a lot of misconceptions out there about this new camera system. I don't know where that's coming out. I don't want to really get into a whole lot of details about that, but it's never going to happen. I get drivers that call me every day and ask me about the camera system. Drivers wanting to come over and they say, well, I would come over here if you didn't have a driver facing camera. Well, guess what? We don't. The system is completely disabled. Even the lights are on. That shows that they're disabled. But once again, in Swift's official video, they're putting it out there that, hey guys, put a piece of tape over it if you don't believe us. We're not using that part of the camera. Now, what I will tell you is there has been, and again, I don't know this 100%, but I've been told there has been drivers that have lost their contracts that's had shadows from the windshield of them holding the phone in their hand. Now, with that being said, that's not Swift's fault. That's the driver's fault for holding the damn phone in the hand. That's been in law for at least 10 years, if not longer. Every driver knows that you shouldn't have the phone in your hand. And I don't really have any, I don't feel bad for those drivers at all because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing in the first place. Now granted, we've all done it in the past, but, with the new rules and the new laws, we all have to kind of, go with the flow. And, this is how you make your money, guys. You can't fall victim to something stupid that you did that can change basically your life and your livelihood. It's one of the reasons, that I don't do videos where I'm moving down the road. A lot of guys like doing videos where they're moving down the road. I don't do that because it's still a distraction. I've thought about doing some scenery videos and stuff, but still it's a distraction in a roundabout way. I keep doing videos the way that I'm doing. I try to do the best informational videos that I can. Try to recruit as many good guys over here as I possibly can. That's it, guys. It's all BS, man. They're not looking at the camera that way. They're using it for outward facing only. Anybody that tells you anything differently doesn't know what they're talking about. You can go and watch the official Swift video. I've contacted some upper management about it, and there's no talk about that changing. And also, you can go and go watch Charlie and Jeff's the Contractor's Corner video. They actually took the 2-minute little snippet of video from Swift and put it on their channel this past week. Charlie and Jeff talked about it. I personally just don't see that ever changing just because of that lawsuit. Things have changed in the past, but I don't think it will. There was too much money paid out in that deal with the privacy issue and stuff. But I just wanted to shoot a quick video about that. Anyway, this new account that I'm on, any of you guys that are coming over, by all means, get in contact with me. Or if you're thinking about coming to Swift, get in contact with me. So far, I think this is going to be a good account. Like I said, I can't report a whole lot, but if you keep watching, I'll try to put more videos out at least weekly. This is actually the second video I've done in about 7 days, which is good. I'm trying to do a video every week. But I think the account's going to be the real deal. Everybody that I've talked to, and which is several, it's not just one or two people. I've talked to several, stated that if they don't get at least 2,700 miles out of this account, they're disappointed. And they said we mostly get, upwards to 3,000, if not more sometimes. And speaking of which, there's a guy driving a truck right now with the phone in his hand. We just talked about that. And he's, believe it or not, he's hauling a Schneider trailer, out of all things. He would be terminated in a heartbeat if they figured that out. Now, he's a true owner-operator. He's probably doing power only. But anyway, every day, guys, I see guys holding their phones in their hands. I still don't get it and understand it. This is your livelihood, guys. You know, you can't get caught doing this stuff. I had another one of my drivers, another story. We talked about it before. He got caught with a cell phone in his hand and in Georgia, and the camera system that they have sitting on the side of the highways caught him with a phone in his hand. Well, guess what? He actually is going to win his case because, from what I understand, the picture that they took wasn't his hand. And the reason we know it wasn't his hand because he's not the same color as what the picture is, which is kind of funny to me. So that case is probably going to get dropped out of court, excuse me. I think he goes back in December, and honestly, Swift's probably going to bring him back aboard because it wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything. But yeah, that's kind of a funny, weird case. But anyway, thought I had to sneeze there for a second. But you know, if you don't have any kind of legal protection or anything, you might want to try and get it just in a case like that, because they're not always perfect. These automated cameras and sending this stuff in, and you know, you could easily get cut. But I know I'm going back and forth between topics, but this account is really good. There's several openings. And when I say several, I mean a lot. I don't know how that is, but there's also several hundred people that run this account. I heard that from the top guy. He told me to, you know, I told him I did YouTube, and I'd be more than happy to try to bring some people aboard. And that's what I'm doing. Anybody interested, please reach out to me. I think it's going to be a decent account. Other than that, guys, I just wanted to go over the Netrodyne cameras and kind of show it to you. And you saw that I had a piece of tape on mine too. Don't really have anything else to report on. Again, like I said, I'm still making great money here. And I'm not talking about the recruiting. I'm talking about just the driving, because everybody always has a shit fit when we start talking about recruiting. That's why I don't, you know, I try not to bring it up too much. But at the same time, yes, I get paid to recruit. Yes, they pay me well to recruit. I want to remember and tell you guys that many times. Remember that. Guess what? You can do the same thing too. Take advantage of it. By all means, I am. If they're going to pay me to recruit, I'm going to bring as many people over as I can. And I'm telling you that, so you don't have to say that I'm lying about it, because I'm not lying about anything. Yes, I get paid. But anyway, besides that, I'm still making excellent money over here just driving the truck. You guys are having struggles at whatever company you're at. I get calls every single day where guys are telling me they just ain't cutting it. Things ain't happening. Call me. I'll discuss everything with you. I'll be truthful with you. I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Any of these guys that have called me in the past, 3 months, 4 months that I've been doing this, I tell them the truth. Is Swift a perfect company? No, it's not. But at the same time, for right now, it's the perfect company to be at to make money if you want to make money. I've been to several different companies. Guy called me the other day. He told me about 4 different companies. And honestly, I went to every single one of the companies he'd been at, and I still made more money here. I always come back to Swift. I will always say that I'll always come back to Swift. Now, if I leave Swift again, they probably won't bring me back. But honestly, I'm not leaving Swift. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. I will probably retire or die here, or whatever happens to my ashes. I will be here in one of these Swift trucks, or my truck, or whatever the situation is. That's it, guys. This is pushing up to 15 minutes. Don't really have much more to say, but by all means, reach out to me, and I'll go over the camera system. I'll go over the pay. I'll give you the good, the bad, the ugly. Anything you guys want to talk about. Name, number, driver code, Michelle's number, Steven's number for health insurance, Austin at International Trucks, his numbers. Everybody's number is in the description of all my videos. Feel free to reach out to me or reach out to any one of those people. Just if you do, just please, by all means, if you decide you want to come here, please contact me first before you call a recruiter. I say this in every video because if you contact another recruiter, your chances of me trying to help you after that are probably pretty slim. Will I help you? Absolutely. I'll still help you, but I can't help you with the truck situation. There's a lot of things that when you get stuck with a recruiter, you're in their hands. You know, I'd rather put you with Michelle so we can guarantee you that things get handled, you know, as well as possible. You have a seamless transition, you know, everything. Can you call another recruiter? Absolutely. By all means, call another recruiter if that's what you feel like you need to. But again, you know, will I help you? Yeah, I'm going to help you, but I'm not going to tell you how I make the Twinkies, though. I can tell you that. And I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's kind of a trade situation, man. You help me, I help you, and we'll get through it. But I'll always help a driver. I'm helping three drivers right now. One company driver, I'm helping him. I got him on the account that I'm with. I never got paid a penny with him. I got another driver that's struggling big time, that's been in the negative. I'm helping him. I'm getting paid a penny. So I do help drivers. I don't want you guys to think that I don't help drivers that I don't get paid on. I do. But again, just call me first before you guys make the decision. Let me put you with the right person. Get you situated in the right way. That's it, guys. Y'all have a great day. And it's actually kind of nice out right now. I'm in Tomsbrook, Virginia, getting ready to leave out. Good day. Heading back to Detroit with a load. So I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Have a good day.